Good morning, this is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. Driving while talking about markets, not going for a crash. So let's talk about the US regional bank crisis. Coming up in March is the end of the emergency loan that the Fed, US Treasury and the Congress made for regional banks in March 2023. That was a $60 billion facility to bail out the regional banks after Silvergate, Silicon Valley, First Republic went kaput. Now that fund was maxed out at 60 billion. However, somehow it's risen to 128 billion US dollars. And that is a problem. It's called the Bank Term Funding Program, BTFP. It was supposed to be for 1 year to March 2024. Come March 2024, the US regional banks who've borrowed the money will not have any money to pay it back. The Fed, Jerome Powell, have intimated or indicated that they're looking to reduce interest rates in the US in 2024 by at least 3 times, for one reason only, in my opinion, of course, and that is to save the regional banks, because the regional banks need interest rates to fall. Why do they need interest rates to fall? Because the interest rates and yields are connected, and therefore they need the yield on their bonds to fall and the bond prices to rise. Let's go over that specifically in detail. The regional banks had huge amounts of money pouring in 2020, 21 and 2020, 2021. Why? That money was poured in by the individuals who received huge payouts by the governments after the US, UK, Canada, Europe printed a ton of money to save the economy from the pandemic. They took that money and they deposited it at the bank. The bank's now sitting on a load of money, hundreds of millions. So what do? They have to park it. They go and buy US treasuries, which is as good as cash. And they were very, very, very high price with very low return. But it was a safety net. So that's what the regional banks did. They parked the money. The problem is the price of those bonds has absolutely trashed. And as a result of the price and the value of the bonds going down, it's caused a problem. It means the net asset value of the regional bank is dropping. Therefore, they are not liquid. Their assets are lower than the overall debts. As a result of that, what's going to happen is they will need to be bailed out or go bankrupt. And that's essentially what's going to happen in 2024. You're going to have either a massive bailout by the US Treasury and the Fed, or these banks are going to go bust. And that's the reason why Jerome Powell and the Fed is looking to drop interest rates at least 3 times or more in the US to bring interest rates down, and therefore causing the yields to fall and the price of the bonds to rise. That is a major crisis that is brewing. And that crisis is going to cause the US economy to go down, because the Fed is going to have to print a ton of money, probably in the region of 1 to 2 trillion extra on top of what they're going to be printing in order to save the regional banks. And that's not yet factored into the economy or into the stock market. The other thing they could do is just increase the bank term funding program, which is supposed to be for 1 year at 60 billion, and let's just make it 500 billion for eternity and stick it on a spreadsheet, and every year just keep on allowing these banks to draw down on this emergency loan that was approved as a temporary loan for 12 months, which will probably turn into a permanent loan in order to save the banks. So you're going to have a potential major second tier regional bank crisis in the US, not yet factored in to the economy, not yet factored in to global markets. When that hits the fan, then obviously there's going to be a lot of fallout, and then we'll see a major stock market fall, and the US will have to make some serious decisions regarding what are they going to do on future interest rate cuts. This is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. Have a great day.